Thiruchitrambalam, Hara Hara Nama Parvati, Badaye Hara Hara Mahadeva, Sitsabesa, Sivasidambaram, Tenaruடைய சிவனே போற்றி நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி திருச்சிற்றம்பலம் எடுக்கும் மாக்கதை இந்தமிழ் செய்யுளாய் நடக்கும் மேன்மை நமக்கருள் செய்திட தடக்கை ஐந்துடை தாழ்செவி நீள்முடி கடக்களிற்றை கருத்துள்ளிருத்துவான் உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலபுலாவிய நிர்மலி வேணியன் அலகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்து ஆடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவாம் சைவத்தின் மேற்சமயம் வேரிலை அதில் சார் சிவமாம் தெய்வத்தின் மேல் தெய்வமில்லனும் நான்மறை செம்பொருள் வாய்மை வைத்த சீர் திருத்தேவாரமும் திருவாசகமும் இவை தரச் செய்த நால்வர் பொற்றாள் எம்முயிர் துணையே. தில்லை வாழந்தனரை முதலாக சீர்படைத்த தொல்லையதாம் திருத்தொண்ட தொகைடியார் பதம் போற்றி உல்லையவர் புராண கதை உலகறிய விரித்துரைத்த செல்வமலி குன்றத்தூர் செக்கிழாரடி போற்றி. ஆதாரமாகிய மாணிக்க வாசகர் பாதார பந்தம் அணிவோம். பண்டு செய்த தீதான பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் தீர்ந்து ஞானோதயம் வந்து கூடிடுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Dear devotees, welcome back to the Periyapuranam Discourse series. With the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, we are here to think through the wonderful history of Sri Suddhamurti. That's part of Eyarkon Kalikkama Nayanar Puranam. Let me bow my head to the lotus feet of Devachekla Swamigal and also to the 57th Pontiff of Konambatti Kalyanapuri Adina, Srila Sri Guru Mahasannidhanam, Srila Sri Rajasarana Manikavasaka Swamigal as well. With the grace of the Almighty Lord Shiva, let's go ahead and get started with Imran Shri Eyarkon Kalikkama Nayanar Puranam. So right now, Sri Sundara is in Thiruchitrambalam. Sundaramurti Swamigal and Sangali Piratiya got married, and now it's the time of the spring season, which spring season means a famous festival that would happen in Thiruvarur temple, Periyapuranam Peruman Brahmotsavam, and also the Paravayar offers wonderful dance to the Lord Thiyagesamurti. So he was thinking of all that, and then also the separation from Thiruvarur and Paravayar also made him to feel missing Thiruvarur and Paravayar. So he wanted to go back to Thiruvarur, but he made a promise to Sangali Piratiya not to leave her side, and also Thiruchitrambalam, right in front of Thiruchitrambalam, Lord Shiva. But now he wished to join the festivals in Thiruvarur, and he couldn't control himself. He forgot the promise. He decided to go to Thiruvarur anyway at one night. So now Sundaramurti Swamigal is going to leave Sangali Piratiya's side and go away from Thiruchitrambalam. He planned to visit Thiruvarur secretly and set out on his journey. When he crossed the limit of the Thiruchitrambalam, outskirts of Thiruchitrambalam, he reached it, a terrible thing happened. As he broke his promise, he gave up on his words. Sundara became blind in both eyes and fainted right away. That's because he broke his promise, couldn't keep his words. Sundara realized that he lost his eyesight because he broke the promise, but he did not give up. He was very determined to go to Thiruvarur at any cost. So he begged for the mercy of Lord and wanted his eyesight to be restored as early as possible. Then he started composing wonderful Devara hymns despite he lost his eyesight. It's actually a wonderful part of Periyapuranam, especially when Sundara lost his eyes in Thiruchitrambalam, the outskirts of Thiruchitrambalam, and when he got them back, when he reached Thiruvarur. The whole journey is so divine and heartwarming. And he has made many, many soulful Tirupadigams during this spiritual journey. So whenever you get a chance, I would strongly recommend you explore those Periyapuranam phrases from Thiruchi to Thiruvaru, spiritual journey of Sundarati Swami, and also recite the Padigams composed by Sundarati Swami. Now he is in the outskirts of Thiruchiyu. Sundarati Swami will compose his first Devara hymn after losing his eyesight. Let's join Sundarati Swami to praise the Lord of Thiruchitrambalam. He composed this Devara hymn in Takesipan. He sang this song when he had no eyesight. Thiruchitrambalam. அழுக்கு மெய் கொடும் திருவடி அடைந்தேன், அதுவும் நான் பட பலதொன்றானால் பிழுக்கை வாரியும் பால் கொள்வரடி கேள் பிழைப்பன் ஆகிலும் திருவடி பிழையேன் வழுக்கி வீழினும் திருப்பெயர் அல்லால் மற்று நான் அறியேன் மறுமாற்றம் ஒழுக்க என் கணுக்கு ஒரு மருந்துரையாய் ஒற்றியூரெனும் உருரைவானே ஒற்றியூரெனும் உருரைவானே. Such a wonderful Thirupadigam he composed. In this Padigam he says, I don't know anyone else other than you, Shiva. I don't even know the name of anyone else. Thinking of you all the time. Please give eyesight back to me. So he continued his pilgrimage further by holding his associates' shoulder and hands. He went up. Think about it. Walking without your eyesight is just not possible. It's unimaginable. So from there, Sundarati Swami, from Thiruchiyu, he reached the next Shiva temple, Vadathirumullaivayil, which is close to Tirumbattur. There also he composed a wonderful song in Takesipan. Thiruchitrambalam திருவும்மை பொருளும் செல்வமும் எனக்கும் சீருடை கழல்கள் என்றெண்ணி ஒருவரை மதியாது உறாமைகள் செய்தும் ஊடியும் உரைப்பனாய் திரிவேன் முருகமர் சோலை சூழ் திருமுல்லை வாயிலாய் வாயினால் உன்னை பரவிடும் அடியேன் படுதுயர் கழையாய் பாசுபதா பரஞ்சுடரே. Wonderful Devara hymn in Tirumullai Vayil. Masalamanishwar, that's the name of the Lord, and Kodidai Nayaki, the goddess name. From there, he continued further to Thiruvenbakkam. He composed another wonderful Devara hymn in Thiruvenbakkam. And in that Thiruvenbakkam, Sundar Swami was asking, Swami, are you inside the temple? And Lord Shiva replied, yes, I am in. You can continue. And Shiva gave him a stick as well, because he has no eyesight now. Shiva took a pity on him and gave him a stick. Use the stick to walk further. Then Sundaramurti Swami reached Tiruvallangadu, and he did not put his feet on the holy land because the great one of the 63 saints, Nayanmar, Imbirati Sri Kalikkama, she walked on this holy land by her head. So he stayed away from entering the town. So he just stayed at the outskirts of Tiruvallangadu, which is Palayanur. From there, he composed a wonderful Devara hymn, paid his obeisance to the Lord of Tiruvallangadu and Kalikkama. Then he continued further. So the Swami visited Thiruvuram temple, and then next he reached Kanchipuram. So far, Sundarati Swami was not discouraged by the loss of his eyesight. He was so determined to go and have darshan of Thiruvarur. He was walking with faltering steps and kept his journey on. And that's the lesson learned for us devotees. Whatever we come across in our life, due to our karma, good or bad karma, we cannot afford to, stop our day-to-day Shaiva rituals. That should happen regardless of what's happening, what we are going through in our life. And now he reached Kanchipuram, and he paid his obeisance to the goddess Kamakshi in Kamakotam first, and then he reached Sri Ekambreshwara temple. Sundaramurti Swami begged for the mercy of the Lord Ekambreshwara. Lord Ekambreshwara took pity on Sundarar and gave him, immediately he gave him the eyesight back on his left eyes. So Shiva was moved with compassion and restored the eyesight of Sundarar's left eye. And Sundarar got very excited and composed another wonderful, marvelous Devara hymn, starting with Alandan, Ugandam Seidani Takkesi tune. Let's also sing this song along with Sri Sundaramurti Swami. Thiruchitrambalam. Alandan Ugandu Amudu Seidani Adiyai Amara Toludetum Seelandan Peridum Udayane Sindiparavar Sindayulane Elavar Kulal Umai Nangai Yendrum Yeti Valipada Patra Kalakalane Kambanimane Kana Kan Adiyen Petravare Kalakalane Kambanimane Kana Kan Adiyen Petravare. He got his eyesight back on his left eye. So he was so happy, thanked the Lord for his kindness. Sundara stayed in Kanchipuram for some more days and then resumed his pilgrimage towards Thiruvaru. And on his way, he visited and paid his respect to the Lord of Amatur, the Nelvail Arathurai. Nelvail Arathurai, the moment we say that, you should recall that's when it's the place where Chitriyasana Swami got his pearl palanquin, pearl umbrella, and also Sundaramurti Swami continued his pilgrimage. Then he reached Thiruvarurai, composed a wonderful Thirupadiyam in Takkesi tune, Gangai Vasarayai. And at this time, Sundarar got a skin infection. He was afflicted by a wepunoi, which caused skin infection across his body. So the luster of carbuncle all over his skin. He prayed to the Lord in Tiruturuthi, the wonderful temple. Now it's referred as Kutralam near Mayiladuthurai, but the actual Tirumari name is Tiruturuthi. He prayed to the Lord of Tiruturuthi and begged for his mercy. Shiva told Sundara, take a dip in the pond that's in the northern side of the temple, and you will get cured of your skin disease. Sundara prayed to Lord, and then he took a dip and got cured of his terrible wepunoi and skin disease. Now, Sundaramurti Swami got a golden hued body, started to shine like gold. See, Lord Shiva has always been blessing Sundara. Then Sundara got very excited, and he composed a wonderful Tripadiyam in Kandarapan, in that temple, thanking the kindness of Lord Shiva. Thiruchitrambalam. மின்னுமா மேகங்கள் பொழிந்தெழிந்தருவே வெடிபட கரையொடும் திரை கொணர்ந்தேற்றும் அன்னமாங்காவிரி அகன்கரை உறைவார் அடியினை தொழுதலும் அன்பராம் அடியார் சொன்னவார் அறிவார் துருத்தியார் வேள்வி குடியுளார் அடிகளை செடியனே நாயேன் என்னை நான் மறக்குமார் எம்பெருமானை என் உடம்படும் வினி இடர்கெடுத்தானே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Then Sundaramurti Swamigal completed his darshan in Tiruchitrambalam temple. He continued further, and now he reached Tiruvarur. So he reached Tiruvarur when the dusk fell, the evening time. He first visited Paravil Mandali temple and composed a wonderful Tirupadiyam there. And then he came to Tiruvarur temple. Tiruvarur temple, right in front of Devas in Thiruchitrambalam. Sundaramurti Swamigal sang another great Devara hymn, starting with Kurugupaya Tirupadiyam. Then he went to the Sanadhi of Sri Puchiragonda Perumal, right, standing right in front of Puchiragonda Perumal without his right eye. He got his left eye back in Kanchipuram, and now he composed another marvelous Tirupadiyam in Sendurutti tune. Let's also sing the Tirupadiyam along with Sundaramurti Swamigal. Thiruchitrambalam. மீள அடிமை உமக்கே ஆளாய் பிறரை வேண்டாதே மூளாத்தி போல் உள்ளே கணன்று முகத்தால் மிக வாடியாளாயிருக்கும் அடியார் தங்கள் அல்லல் சொன்ன கால்வாழாங்கு இருப்பீர் திருவாரூரில் வாழ்ந்து போதீரே. When Sundaramurti Swamigal completed the 10 songs of this Padiham, Lord of Tiruvarur, Sri Puchiragonda Swami, took pity and blessed Sundarar. Then Sundaramurti Swami got back his eyesight on his right eye as well. Now Sundaramurti Swami got both of his eyes back. In the meantime, when Paraviyar heard about Sundaramurti Swami marriage with Sangli Pirati and she suffered a lot. That Sundara deserted her all of a sudden. She couldn't sleep at night, nor do her chores in the daytime. She literally lost her mirth, joy, happiness, and peace of mind completely. And then also she felt deeply hurt, terribly angry as well. No one could tolerate that their husband is getting married to someone else. So surely she didn't deserve this fate, but it's all the grace of Almighty Lord Shiva. She felt as helpless as a bird with broken wings, a creeper without a supporting pole, a cool moon wasting its rays in a dry desert, and a boat floating without any sail. Devachekla Swamigal says all these phrases to explain the situation of Paravataya. Sundaramurti Swamigal heard about all that. He met with senior devotees in Tiruvarur and senior temple priest. Said Paraviyar is extremely angry. She will not accept him. Sundar felt guilty of having deserted Paraviyar and he had no courage to meet her in person. So he stayed in the temple, Mandapam. Then he sent some of his attendants to convey the message to Paraviyar that he had arrived in Tiruvarur and would like to meet her. The friends and senior devotees went to Paravataya house, but Paravataya did not even allow them inside the house. Said, "You're not allowed, either you nor the person who sent you here. None of you are allowed. Get away." So they couldn't even meet with Paravataya. Sundar got so worried, and more the intensity of an anger in Paravataya. And then he sent some experienced people, experienced priest and wise men this time to explain his position. Now go. Pariyataya sent them back. And they came back to Sundara and said, she turned a deaf ear to all our justifications. She flatly refused to forgive you. I don't think we can do anything at this time. Then now Sundara prayed to Lord Shiva. You said it's all your grace. You can't be married to these two women in India, in this place. What do I do? She's not accepting me. He prayed to Lord Shiva. That's the thing. Shiva immediately came in. He appeared in front of him. Yes, he was feeling restless, wondering whether Parai will accept him or not. And Shiva said, don't worry, I will go to Parai and try to convince her. This time Shiva disguised as a temple priest and went to the house of Paravya. He knocked the door. She opened it, then Paravya paid her respect to that great form of Shiva devotee and temple priest. She welcomed him. She asked him to come inside the home. Then she asked the priest, what do you want? What do you need? Then Lord Shiva said, I have come here to talk about Nambiyaruran. Then Parayataya immediately said, no, not going to entertain any discussion about that topic. Please get back. I'm done with it. Then Swamigal, Lord Shiva, went back to Sundara and said, Sundara, all my efforts were in vain. I could not even convince Paravai to forgive you and take you back. Then Sundara became very sad and said to Lord Shiva, my Lord, I'm sure nothing is beyond your power and capacity in this world. When yourself could not do this, I don't think she will ever expect me. Then I have no other choice other than giving up my life. Then Sundara said, don't worry. Then Lord Shiva said, don't worry. I'll go back to her again and convince her. Wait to hear back from me. In the meantime, Shiva let Parayataya know it was Lord Shiva who came in the form of the temple priest. Then Parayataya started worrying about it, that she didn't let the Lord inside her house and send him back. Now, Lord Shiva went back to Parayataya's house as Shiva himself, with Ganga, Jadamudi, all Shivaganas accompanying him. It is Shiva's retinue joined him. And when Parayataya, in fact, she came out of her house and she was looking at the street to see whether Shiva will come back. There he is. Swami came back with his retinue, and then Parayataya paid her respect. And then this time she welcomed the Lord Shiva and said, then Shiva said, do not refuse my request again, Paravai. Sundar Nambiyarur is suffering the pangs of separation from you intensely. Parayataya said, my Lord, how can I refuse your request? Please forgive me for my stubbornness shown earlier. I didn't know that it was you. Then Shiva went back to Sundara. Lord Shiva went back to Sundaramurti Swamigal and said, I fixed the problem. Now you can go back to Paravya and have a happy life. Then Sundaramurti Swamigal thanked the Lord for this great help. Shiva disappeared from there. And then Sundaramurti Swamigal got very excited, happy that Paravya has forgiven him. And then a procession went to Paravya house with the women carrying all the auspicious articles. Sundara looked stunningly handsome one more time. Meanwhile, the devotees praised. I also joined Sundaramurti Swamigal. The maids of Paravya decorated the house with flowers and lit lamps, incense sticks, rows of shining pots filled with water, just to welcome Sundaramurti Swamigal. Sundara and came to Parayar Malige. He entered the house with the chanting of auspicious mantras, and Panchakshara Paravataya paid her obeisance to Sundaramurti Swamigal and welcomed him to the house. Both of them lived as happily as they had done before, and they became the two bodies became one soul. Sundaramurti Swamigal continued to compose more and more Devara hymns for the Lord of Thiruvarur. And that's pretty much for today. In the next class, we will cover exactly the history of Eyarkon Kalikkama Nayanar. So far in the first three parts, we covered Sundaramurti Swamigal's history. And now the next class, we will cover Eyarkon Kalikkama Nayanar history, and also how Sundaramurti Swamigal and Eyarkon Kalikkama Nayanar became friends. Thiruchitrambalam என்று மின்பம் பெருகு மேலும் நாள் ஒன்று காதலித்து உள்ளோம் ஓங்கிட மன்றுளார் அடியார் அவர் வான்புகழ் நின்றது எங்கும் நிலவே உலகலாம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஹரஹர நம பார்வதி பதையே ஹரஹர மகாதேவா. சிற்சபேசா சிவசிதம்பரம் தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருநீலகண்டம்.